Some of my favorite ideas for cards right now are the slimline format, shakers, and anything with the sparkle of foil. And of course, unique dies because, as you know, I'm die cut crazy, and fun folds. Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik, and I know that list of favorites is long, but I do love to make cards with each of these ideas, and in this video I'm sharing many cards I made with all of them, and featuring brand new toner card fronts and clear toner sheets from Therm and Deco foil, as well as many favorite dies from dies to die for at shopscrapbook101.com. Of course, all the links to the products featured and my blog posts with more details on the cards are in the description box. My first card features the new Craft card toner card fronts from Deco foil and Therm. I love Craft, I love Slimline, I like hearts. This combines them all, and also they have the regular size card fronts, and then they have the clear toner sheets. So I'm going to show you a card in a few minutes where I use the clear toner with the hearts. They're all called Love Blooms, and I am loving this whole set of new clear toner sheets and toner card fronts. So this is the first card I made. It has red glittery foil, which is a fancy foil from Gina and Therm, and Always and Forever. And then when you open it up, it is a W fold is what it's called. So I have LOVE, of course, and I have some more of the Craft and the white in a W fold fun fold. So let me just show you that quickly. I'm not going to make this card, but you just take an 11 by 4 1/4, so it will form a side folding longer A2 card, and then you fold it in half, and you take a piece that's going to go across the front, 1 3/4 by 11, and you attach it on both sides, and you fold it in half and then fold it in half again, and then you have pieces that go here and here, although sometimes you see it all on the top ones. So I have a link to where I learned how to make that fun fold, and that's what I did here. My second card is a shaker card. In fact, all the rest of the cards that I'm going to show you are shaker cards. I just think that when you have this clear acetate that has a pattern on it, that just adds such a fun element to a shaker card. I used my favorite Rainglow, I'm sticking here, Rainglow foil from Brutus, Monroe, and Deco foil to make this card, and of course all the dies are from Dies to Die For. And I'm going to show you how you can make a second generation with these foil sheets as well. You're the bomb. And then on the inside I cut out a fun frame to write my message in on that card. Here is another shaker card. I've been using the seed beads in 2 layers to make these really move well. This is the silver sketch foil from Brutus Monroe combined with the rainbow, and this is of course a tablet and a smartphone with some fun sentiments on this card. So this is what the lots of dots toner card fronts in the white, the Slimline white, and then the Slimline Craft, and then of course we have the clear. So the clear again is really fun to make shakers with, but you can use it for other purposes. And I'm going to show you how, when you do a first generation and you have foil left over, you can run it through again and get a second generation. So in this case, I was loving the look of the silver and the rainbow together. So I have a Mink Mini, and I did one layer with this silver sketch, and of course where those circles are was where the foil went. And now I'm going to take a piece of the toner sheets. So Deco Foil and Thermoweb sells the plain toner sheets, and I'm going to take a piece of that and put the foil on top, and then I'm going to put it through my Mink Mini. The laminators will work, of course, but especially with the designer toner sheets, I'm finding that the Mink gets hotter and stays hotter, and I have better success with that. But of course, try what you have. So this is another card that I did, and it had a see-through star, and I used some stars clear toner sheets there along with glitz glitter gel, and when you open it up you can see the rainbow and silver sketch star that I cut out. So again, that was the combination of the two that I'm showing you how to do right now. So there's another card. So once you put it through, you're going to take off this piece here, and now you can see there is absolutely no waste whatsoever. All that gorgeous foil has been used, and you're left with this, and that would be fine if you wanted black dots, which of course for a masculine card or for some kind of card maybe you do want them, but I wasn't real thrilled with the black dots, so I'm going to take two pieces of my favorite Rainglow foil. I just happen to have some extra ones left over from a project that I did, and I'm going to put that back through. So here's another card that I did with the double foiling technique that I'm just showing you now. This is what the craft with the lots of dots look like with this foil from Brutus Monroe. It is called Dry Brush, and I like it, but I just thought, that needs something else. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this. So now we have that gorgeous silver sketch in the background and all those starry rainbow circles. Now that is really fun. I could see, die cutting something out of there or using it on the background of a card. So that is the double foiling technique. And like I said, this one is okay. In fact, after I looked at it, I decided I could stencil over it and make a cool pattern, have those there, and then a stenciling on top. And I think I'm going to play with that idea for a video coming up real soon, combining the foiling with the stenciling. But what I did was, after I did this one, I took that piece of foil that was left over, put it over a black toner sheet, and in this case I did leave the dots all black. I wanted it to be masculine looking. This is the wooden frame, branch frames from Dies to Die For. I have that written down here. Slimline branch frame, that's what it's called. And I cut the inside out and made a shaker there. And then on the inside, I used some more of those strips and a small frame, Love You, and that of course is my grandson's name. So a fun masculine card using that double technique, double foiling technique. This is the card that I'm going to make from start to finish in this video. It's a new fun fold I discovered on Mixed Up Crafts called the Lock and Pop. And I stepped up the top layer just a bit to be a shaker. So my top layer that holds the card together is a shaker. This heart in the front holds these pieces on the side down. It will stand up, of course. and is completely foiled, and then it will lay flat to mail, and the whatever the element is on the front holds that closed. And I wanted to just mention that Always is a die from Tonic, and the hearts are from Dies to Die For. So on this card, I used Twinkling Pink foil on the inside, and the Radiant Red from both of those are Gina K fancy foils from Therm and Gina K, and I just love the fancy foils and those Brutus Monroe ones I saw before, showed you before. Plain foil is beautiful, but the ones that have sparkles or stars in them, in my opinion, are much more interesting. So I was going to show you the scoring first. So I always make a template with paper that I really don't care about, and then I keep it for reference. So when you're doing a lock and pop, of course you can change the sizes up if you want, but I did mine 7 by 10, and then you score at 1/2, 2.5, 4.5, 5.5, 7.5, and 9.5, and then this folds under like that. And then some of the ones I saw, they were using like border dies here, which were very pretty, like if this had been like a set of a border that had hearts on it or something, but I didn't do that on mine. So we're going to score at 1/2, at 2.5, at 4.5, at 5.5, at 7.5, and at 9.5. And then we're going to fold up on that one and down, burnish with a good bone folder. And then these two inside score lines are folded down. And those will stay flat, but then we use those when we open it up, if that makes sense. Now I mentioned that I have the Mink Mini. It fits where I need it to fit. So these longer Slimline pieces, which I've cut down now to 7, but if the longer Slimline pieces don't fit in a normal transfer folder, okay, so what I did is I went out and bought the full-size Mink folders and cut it down in width to be able to fit in my machine. And I have some of that red sparkly foil there, and I am foiling the piece for the front of the card. In the meantime, I'll get out the other pieces that I need. I've cut a piece for the center. On here, you cut 4 to 8 layers, 1 3/4 by 6 3/4, or I decided to go all the way to 7 because I just decided I think the look would be cleaner and more and better to go all the way to the end of these pieces. And you can put them on all 4 of this inside one, and on the two in the front, which is what I'm going to do. But in the video, Sam did put a piece here and here, so it would depend on, I did mine in white, so I didn't think the back pieces were necessary. But that's, of course, up to you. Get this out of the way here. Now this piece here would be gorgeous to put through with another piece of black toner paper like I showed you, and then maybe make the star, either the heart silver or gold or whatever color you might like. That would make another beautiful slimline card, or mini slimline, because I did cut it down a little bit. You can see that those toner hearts are foiled just beautifully. And like I said, I cut these to 7 lengthwise, and then the width that we want them to be is 1 3/4. And even this little strip here, I'm not going to throw away, because it's you can always use it like on the inside of the card or for another purpose. I just think that foiled beauty you really don't want to lose. On the inside, I'm using white and pink. I ran out of the white slimline version, so I'm using craft on the front. So it'll be a little bit different, but still pretty with the craft on the front and then the white on the inside. And I have all these other pieces ready to go, so we'll start putting the card together. And I'm going to center these but go all the way to the end. And I deliberately cut them maybe just a tinge longer just in case. It's better to be a little long than a little short, right? A little short you can't fix. A little long you can trim off. It's hard to see where those score lines are on this white paper. That's really crooked. Let's see if I can. Do you ever do that trick? Huffing on it before it really sticks down permanently. You can get that up. Once it's really stuck down, it's hard to do, but if you do it right away, you can pick those back up. I cut some red paper from Tonic, the mirror card. I think it was 1/4 of an inch wide. And I'm just decorating these little strips here with that. I need a scissors. Trim this off. And a little bit here too. And here's another mirror card strip for the other side. And then in the center, I cut, I think, a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and then added another strip of the foil. And I have a love that I cut in black, and I put sticky paper on the back so it's going to stick to that foil. I don't remember whose die this is. I had it a long time. I honestly don't know, but it fit in here. And the heart also has easy cut adhesive from Therm on it. If I can get the backing off. Maybe I didn't. Do you think I didn't? Do you think I forgot? Maybe I will get a glue dot. And that heart's gonna go in there. So it's going to say love always. Like I said, I ran out of the white, but that's okay because the front is closed, and then you open it up and you see craft on the front, but in red, and then white and pink on the inside, and I think those are all good romantic colors. There we go, they're crooked again, huh? Kind of hard to line that up. Let's see if we can do a better job. So I have cut 2 of the torn hearts from dies to die for and put them together. I could have used one for a frame, but it wasn't wide enough to put my pieces to create the well to put the shaker pieces in. I always use Motion Crafts thin foam strips for shakers, and a lot of times I use 2 layers, but in this case I'm only putting some pretty flat things in, so I only did 1. And I put red foil on the see-through hearts clear toner sheets to make a beautiful see-through shaker element there. Always is from Tonic, and that's ready to go. I have some red beads from Recollection, and I have some pretty pink hearts that a friend shared with me. So I don't know, what the company that's from, but I'm going to put some hearts in there, and then a few beads. The beads always help things move around. I forgot to use my powder tool, but I think I did yesterday when I was getting this prepared, so hopefully they won't stick too much. And of course you don't need to put a shaker on the front of this, the lock and pop. Any die cut or thing that you would like to put on the front you can. I just of course love these shakers, especially using these clear designer toner sheets. I cut a heart and out of white, and I'm using that to seal the shaker. So as you can see, we have beads and hearts shaking around in there, which I think is a really cool look. I have a piece of very thick pop dot foam, I guess you could call it, and I'm going to put that on the back here in the center of the heart. And then this is going to hold this closed, and so I am going to put it right in the center there and press down on the fun foam or the pop dot material, and then that holds the card closed, and of course the shaker pieces move around, and then we have our beautiful hearts, and then it pops open and stands up, and it has the gorgeous pink and red colors in there. I had great fun designing with all these new products from Therm and Deco Foil, and hope my cards inspire you to try some of the products, dies, and fun folds I shared. Thanks for watching, sharing, and subscribing, and thanks too for helping me share the joy of creativity.